Is The Undertaker set to return on Sunday night at SummerSlam? What is he going to be doing? Is John Cena going to be involved? Let's talk about it. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you for tuning back into the channel. Your number one source right here on YouTube.com for literally everything SummerSlam 2016. I'm going to be pumping videos out for you guys on top of Off the Script. As soon as you see one of these videos in your sub boxes, you know it's a big rumor being talked about going into SummerSlam 2016. Plus, I'm going to be giving you Off the Script all weekend long. I did my NXT Takeover Brooklyn coverage, preview and predictions with that. We talked about the Cruiserweight Classic this week. So much shit going into this channel this weekend, man. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys are notified and alerted. Make sure you guys, if you're on mobile YouTube, make sure you guys have the alerts turned on. If you guys are on PC, all you have to do is go to that little wheel on my channel and be alerted. Make sure you guys get email notifications, texts, whatever the case may be. I will be pumping out all the biggest news and rumors regarding SummerSlam 2016 all weekend long. And I'm going to continue in this video talking about The Undertaker possibly making a return at SummerSlam in New York City at the Barclays Center. Before we do that, guys, if you missed my last video, we talked about Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton possibly main eventing SummerSlam on Sunday night with a possible Bill Goldberg outside interference being talked about because Bill Goldberg is going to be in New York City doing a campaign marketing for WWE 2K17. So the likelihood of him showing up at the Barclays Center is there. It could very well happen. But literally everything that I'm talking about this weekend, please take with a grain of salt. It is merely rumor. It's nothing concrete. And obviously I do this to stir discussion with everybody and get everybody excited and pumped and hyped for SummerSlam. But the possibilities of these things actually happening could very well take place at SummerSlam. The Undertaker's return to WWE is no different. As the WWE Universe continues to speculate about the future of The Undertaker in WWE, the product has undergone a dramatic shift and a brand extension. Even if The Undertaker returns to WWE programming, he'll have to be aligned with Raw or SmackDown. As of this writing, Undertaker remains brandless and is considered a free agent by the WWE Universe. The reason why The Undertaker was not drafted is because he only wrestles one time, maybe 2 times a year. So wasting a draft pick on someone like The Undertaker is not really going to be beneficial for either Raw or SmackDown. And if they did include him in the draft, there's no reason to believe why you would not draft someone like The Undertaker at number 1. You would be foolish not to do so, okay? The latest update about his status within the company as SummerSlam approaches this weekend was if he were to return to WWE, it would absolutely set up a feud and a match with John Cena for WrestleMania 33. Now, before I even continue, we talked about Bill Goldberg and Brock Lesnar possibly being set up for WrestleMania 33. And if I was WWE, it is never too early to begin planting seeds for your biggest pay-per-view of the year, which is always, obviously, WrestleMania. WWE, on a good year, they'll start making matches and getting fucking information out there about WrestleMania around Survivor Series time. There's no difference. Do it at SummerSlam. If you want to generate hype and excitement for WWE and WrestleMania, SummerSlam is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Why not plant those seeds when you got SummerSlam taking place? Really doesn't make a whole lot of sense not to do that. Although there are several creative possibilities left for The Undertaker on the overall WWE roster, Cena versus The Undertaker is a major money match that would be a tragedy for the WWE Universe never to see on the grandest stage of them all, even in this late of The Undertaker's career. Even with John Cena, not really on everybody's must-see list or popularity lists, still, if you're a fan or not, The Undertaker versus John Cena is still a big money match. It is a marquee match, one of the most marquee matches you could probably ever do with the current roster in WWE. Do I want to see it? Of course I do. I wanted to see it fucking for how many years now? A couple of years now that has been rumored. Honestly, with The Undertaker coming up on WrestleMania, being his 25th WrestleMania, this could very well be the last ride, no pun intended, for The Undertaker. Why wouldn't you do John Cena versus The Undertaker? And I know Jim Ross has speculated and he's discussed this so many times. You know, Undertaker is still healthy enough for a minor run in the WWE. If you want to align him on Smackdown, if you want to put him on Smackdown, he can wrestle from the Royal Rumble till WrestleMania and have this be his farewell tour. His, honestly, last ride. And if you want to do that, I would not be opposed to giving The Undertaker the WWE Championship. Or if you want to give John Cena the WWE Championship heading into WrestleMania, and then Undertaker challenges Cena at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship, and The Undertaker wins, and by default becomes the WWE Champion with his victory over John Cena, come out on Monday Night Raw, announce his retirement, and relinquish the title, setting up a huge... Or not Monday night, I'm still thinking before the fucking draft. On SmackDown, Tuesday. Sorry, clowns, I made a mistake. I still got my fucking mentality with this draft as if, the draft never happened. You know, Jim Ross mentioned way back when that Undertaker would come out on Monday Night Raw before there was even a draft, but in this case, Undertaker would come out on SmackDown and relinquish the WWE Championship, and they would have an 8-man tournament. You know, and then you would build towards whatever exclusive SmackDown pay-per-views coming up next, and you would crown a new champion by that way. I would like that idea. You know, obviously WWE is going to visit John Cena, breaking Ric Flair's all-time championship record, so why the fuck not? You might as well get it out of the way now. No better man to take the belt off Cena, if that's the case, than The Undertaker. It's still a major money match, and like the report says, it would be an absolute tragedy if we did not see it at WrestleMania. All the rumors were expecting WWE to finally pull the trigger on that match taking place at WrestleMania 32 in front of over 100,000 people, but obviously that didn't happen. John Cena's surgery and his shoulder injury forced him to miss the very first WrestleMania of his career, which also canceled the potential last chance to see that matchup if The Undertaker was truly to hang up his boots for good. Despite all the logic against it, much stranger things have happened in the wrestling industry. It's not out of the question for The Undertaker to make an appearance sooner or later to set up a feud with John Cena. Speculation is at an all-time high right now, but nothing, and I stress this word nothing, goons, nothing is confirmed of this writing. However, some news has come to light claiming that The Undertaker may be appearing on WWE programming as early as this Sunday at WWE Summerslam. According to a rumor from Cage Side Seats, Undertaker could make an appearance at SummerSlam and maybe even get involved in the match between John Cena and AJ Styles. The match is expected to steal the show. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Definitely going to be one of the must-see matches at SummerSlam. I don't know if it's going to steal the show. I am holding Balor and Rollins for that distinction, but we'll see what happens. And that has become one of the most important matches in WWE history, according to Cage Side Seats. I doubt it. I think they're way overhyping this fucking match. It's just another match. You know, they built it as 15 years in the making for Money in the Bank, and it's kind of lost its luster now. Now they're just pretty much nearing the end of its run and this conclusion for this feud. So be it. This is a conclusion to an otherwise decent feud. Nothing that's going to fucking make you jump out of your seat, okay? So that's the case right now with that. However, that would be guaranteed if it also becomes the catalyst for Cena versus The Undertaker that would most likely serve as the latter's finale of his historic 25th WrestleMania appearance and match, which I previously mentioned. It would be the 25th anniversary of The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Regardless of the return of the dead man and how it would impact Cena versus Styles, the build for WrestleMania 33 would begin. And the WWE fans would know almost a year ahead of time what WWE was planning for the event. Cannot go wrong with that. I'd rather them plan this far in advance and get us all excited for WrestleMania, because you can't do no worse than what you did for 32. 32 had the absolute worst fucking build I've ever seen for any WrestleMania. We came to WrestleMania and we were all excited, and I sat there for 5 hours, and I absolutely fucking despised WrestleMania 32. One of the worst WrestleManias I think I will ever view and witness. And I wasn't even there. I sat from the comfort of my own home and I fucking cursed and bitched and moaned and scratched my fucking head all through the 5 hours of that show. Did not understand a goddamn fucking thing that happened on that show. All I kept asking myself was why? Why? That's all we do. WWE logic. We always ask ourselves why. Seems like they don't have a fucking clue. So, obviously, WrestleMania 33 would begin. Fans would know ahead of time. There are a lot of factors going into Vince McMahon and WWE being able to pull off this match, especially if it's going to be penciled onto the card as early as this Sunday night. Undertaker's status is a bit complex, though, but Cena brings some complications of his own to this situation. John Cena continues to pledge his loyalty to WWE, but his commitments outside of the WWE are going to force him to take some time off very soon. Due to American Grit getting a second season with Fox, Cena is expected to be away from WWE television for a few months this fall to begin filming. The latest word out of the rumor mill is WWE officials are already planning any changes to WWE TV while Cena is on his hiatus, so The Undertaker may have factored into those plans effectively to take Cena off of WWE programming. On paper, the only thing that stopped WWE from booking Cena vs. Undertaker last year was Cena's injury. In order for the match to become a reality at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, WWE is going to have to play the feud very close to the chest, especially if the build will begin roughly 8 months early. WWE Summerslam is going to be a historic night, but The Undertaker's return to WWE to set up Cena vs. Deadman for WrestleMania 33 would be, or would make it a benchmark for wrestling and WWE history. Now, before I end this video, I do want to say that there was a report going around that The Undertaker and Shane McMahon were out recently, as of this week, and they were out in Texas, and we all know WWE was down in Texas for Corpus Christi, Texas, in Monday Night Raw, and I don't know where they were on Tuesday because I really didn't give a flying fuck about anything that happened on SmackDown. I think they might have been in Austin. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. If you guys know where SmackDown was held, please just leave it in the comments. I really don't care. All I know is that they were in Texas. Obviously, The Undertaker lives in Texas. Shane McMahon and The Undertaker went out for drinks. They opened up a tab at a bar. They met a bunch of fans. They were very cordial. They were taking pictures. One of the guys, I believe he works at the bar or restaurant that they went to, actually took a picture with both Shane and The Undertaker. Undertaker didn't smile at all. He looked like he was going to fucking chokeslam somebody right there. Shane was giving a thumbs up and he was smiling. But the reports of both of them being there, they were very cordial, very friendly with fans. People were respectful at the bar. Shane McMahon reportedly left a $100 tip, and he was buying people at the bar drinks. They had a good time. But the fact that Shane McMahon and The Undertaker went out and they were in public. Undertaker's not really known for being a public figure. So that came as a surprise to many people who read this story. Maybe this was a trip out to discuss business. Maybe The Undertaker really is coming back to SmackDown. Maybe this really is going to happen on Sunday. You know? Undertaker has been reported to have a falling out with Vince McMahon. There seems to be some dissension there following WrestleMania. Undertaker didn't want to do certain things with Shane McMahon. I don't think he has a problem with Shane. I think it all stems from Vince McMahon. You know, Vince McMahon's ultimately the one to make the final decisions on everything. So whatever problem The Undertaker had, reportedly, was with Vince McMahon. It was never with Shane. So if he's out with Shane, it might very well be to discuss business. Why would The Undertaker be out during a WWE tour if it's not to discuss business? I mean, to me, if The Undertaker is going to be, you know, with the WWE, it's always going to have to be business related. I don't see The Undertaker coming out of his house and doing anything wrestling related if he doesn't have to. So, Undertaker being out with Shane, especially, more than likely means he's conducting business. Otherwise, The Undertaker would not be there, period. You don't hear anything about The Undertaker being backstage. You don't see him visiting friends or anything like that. When The Undertaker is home and away from the road and away from the company, Undertaker loves his personal time. Whatever he does, hunting and spending time with his kids and his wife, that's what he wants to do. You know, he comes back for one big money match, two, if we're lucky, a year. And he's still in great shape. Obviously, he still wants to continue doing this. He's still physically able to do this. Undertaker, I hope, is going to be around forever. Obviously, that's never going to happen, but, you know, when The Undertaker retires, a lot of our childhoods are going to retire with him. You know, that's a huge chunk of our childhood that will not be seen in an active role on WWE television anymore. It's going to be very heartbreaking. So we have to hold on to The Undertaker as long as we physically can. But if he's out with Shane, more than likely it's to discuss business. I don't see why he would be out. Maybe this really is one of those things that, you know, is merely a rumor right now. And when we watch SummerSlam on Sunday night and we get to John Cena versus AJ Styles and we fucking see the arena go black, whatever fucking reason they come up with to begin this feud, why The Undertaker's there, why he's attacking John Cena, what does The Undertaker have anything to do with John Cena? You know, it's going to be fucking epic if it does indeed happen. I would like it to happen. You need to start planting seeds now. If this is where WWE wants to go and this is what WWE wants to do at WrestleMania, start planting the seeds now. There's no better place to do it than SummerSlam and have it be in New York. People would eat that shit up, man. It would be fucking amazing. And the way SummerSlam and the build has been for this pay-per-view, they need big-time moments to happen at the show. You know, you got 4.5 fucking hours. You got matches that some people don't fucking care about at all. Having The Undertaker show up surprisingly, and having a Bill Goldberg possibly being there, and whatever else they got planned, they need surprises. This is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Why wouldn't you have surprises like this present itself? I think, out of everything I'm going to report about this pay-per-view, this one probably would be the most likely to happen. But again, it is speculative. It is not concrete. Don't hold me to this at all. The likelihood is there. The possibility is there. But it's not concrete because there's no confirmation from anybody about this story. All we know is that The Undertaker and Shane have been out together, possibly to discuss business, and the fact that the WWE still wants to do John Cena versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania, this is a perfect opportunity for that to happen. Now, we just have to wait and see what happens at SummerSlam on Sunday night, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you missed any one of my previous videos, I will leave you a link for everything down in the description below, and I'll fit as many annotations in the screen or on the video as I possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will have more content all weekend long. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at JD206. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And please, if you guys are going to be in Brooklyn, 205th from 4 to 6 p.m., me and Justin LeBar will be at the bar and restaurant there, drinking, drink specials. We'll be filming something for his show. Gonna be fucking awesome. Come up to me, wear a fucking t-shirt, and call me a fucking goon. I'll be there in Brooklyn, man. So make sure you guys check all that shit out down below, and I'll be back with more great WWE news as we roll on in to SummerSlam 2016. I'm JD, and I'll be back soon, man. Thank you guys for watching.